Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our YouTube account and we are 20 of 50. That is right. Here's of Vesperia. We are still grinding this out and I want to go through here, do my dailies really quick because I haven't had a chance today, and hop in the Heroes of Vesperia and actually knock out a lot of the content that we have in there, doing at least our 10 battles. Now I've been buying some of the scrolls every single day just to get it through a little bit quicker so we don't have to wait such an exponential time essentially to go through and build out Hilduin. Now we've also going through the treasure scramble, also the twisted realm. There is a ton of stuff. Again, that is just kind of the regular grind of AFK Arena. But you can see going through here, we want to make sure that we hit up our bounty board. This one, of course, we have the 100% double, so this is a pretty good pull right there. We have a lot of essence out there. I'm not going to spend some resources to go ahead and level that up. Now, I also got a couple questions. Now, yesterday, if you caught the video, we actually built out the new Mauler hero. So we built out Villanelle, and a lot of players were asking and kind of questioning where she is being used. I'm going to build her out actually a little bit further. Now, where we're seeing her as of right now, I want to kind of show you because, again, a lot of players were kind of commenting that we didn't really see the hero used anywhere at this point. And looking here at the Cursed Realm, this is the first place that I kind of noticed her, is looking, let's say, right at Chan right here. You can see we do have Kelthin right here at the very top. Then we do have Belinda. We have our regulars in there. We do see the Highborn, so right there is Hilduin in there. We do also see Gwen in here, so we are running both Highborn dragons in here together. Then, of course, we do have the Awakened version of Lucius in here. And then we have our regular team, and then followed by, right there she is, guys, 166 million damage. So again, not doing as much as we normally see with some of the newer heroes, but also remember that she is a support hero and she is a energy disintegration hero, but overall she is being used within the formation. So we are seeing her, and even when you think of hero release, it is still exceptionally early for her to be in a formation. But as you can see, she is in the best in slot formations. And of course, it does make a big difference on the ones that you're playing. Now, of course, within here, we've been doing pretty well. We're still ranked number 68. Some players were also running her within here. This is the second place that I actually observed. And you can see a lot of changes have changed in Region 21. But there were a couple of heroes in here that were running her as well. I'm not sure if we're going to see her in these formations. But again, we've seen her, and right there she is, guys. So again, we're starting to see her in a lot of different formations with the energy disintegration. We've seen her ran with the Awakened version of Shmira, of course, who is SP effect is based on the energy disintegration. But even looking in here, the ability to stop the other team in their entirety from doing ults, even looking at shutting down the Awakened version of Belinda and a couple other heroes for the energy disintegration that she possesses. Very, very unique in the hero build. And even though she's not a tried and true support like we normally see, which means, you know, a really big healing hero, she is having a lot of effectiveness within a couple different game modes. Now, like we were saying earlier, I want to hop into the Heroes of Vesperia. Misty Star Zone we've already done. Temporal Rift we've already knocked out. Now, you'll also notice within the calendar, Circus Tour, Magician's Hat, and the gift card is coming back. That is right. That means we're going to have the enemies that we have to fight in the Circus Tour. The Magician's Hat, of course, is going to be an absolute ton of loot and exchanging for the gift card. Now, I am hoping for the gift card that we're actually going to have the ability to get some relevant heroes into AFK Arena. Don't know if that's going to be the case if they actually updated what we can get in there, but I really feel like we're probably about a year or two behind having and wanting to get that updated, which again, we haven't seen for an incredible amount of time. So here's Vesperia. Like I said before, we're going through here and just farming up what we can. So record here, we got some victories in here. So it looks like a couple players might have been attacking us and we might have gotten a little promotion right there. We're at Diamond 3 already. And like I said, we're going through here. And as you can see, a lot of larger players have already pushed a lot of content within the Heroes of Vesperia. We want to make sure, again, we're knocking out our 3 daily quests. We have all 3 of our teams. We're almost to the point where we're going to have to build out the rest of these teams, and we're going to have to get to the 5 teams. So right there, we're getting some more experience. Didn't move up right there, 79-20, which again, 20 points between there. Always pay attention to who you are battling. A lot of players will push a lot of the Heroes of Vesperia. They'll drop down a lot of different slots or lose a lot of points. And it's because a lot of players are not looking at exactly who they're fighting and what formations they're utilizing and what their enemy is fighting. Because most of them, it's as easy as swapping formations. So what I mean by that is when we're going in here, and as you can see, the battles got a lot stronger, which means that is right. We have 4 and 5. So looking at the formations we're running, we have the awakened version of Shamira running it with Lady Simona. Very, very strong combination in here. Second one we are running, which of course is the awakened version of Belinda. Kind of a very broke combination we've seen in here. Third one is running Rem, which again, we've used this a lot. Leica, and then of course Ezio as the instant. Now we're going to be looking at some of the hypos. So I am actually going to drop one of the very cool hypos. So Matria, of course, which is an awakened hero that never had a sub-awakened counterpart. I'm going to put Kanisa and Rook in here. And we are also going to run Ivan in this formation with Thorin. And again, there is a logic behind this. So even though my Thorin is pretty well built up, we even do have him engraved. And then I'm going to drop Flora in this formation. And of course, this is going to be SEAL Team 6. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this absolute just nightmare pain in the ass PvP team, it is really on the basis is you're going to have a lot of heroes essentially that can hold the line, that can hold the team. Even Thorin, you have to kill twice. Ivan, of course, is going to shield up whoever they want. Flora is going to be raining everything from above, which means even Matria coming back to life, you have to defeat all of these heroes in their entirety to get them on the ground, to get Flora on the ground. In the meantime, your whale, your slumbering seal right here is just going absolutely crazy. And then team number 5 is going to be the Albedo team. So this is actually going to be built of a couple of our dimensional heroes. And then we're going to throw a Merlin in here. Now this one, of course, a little bit of a different build. And then we're putting Amelia in here. So of course, this is also going to run Naruko. This is a very, very broken team. Now the reason and the logic behind this one is you have Albedo right here, and of course going to buff up. The main damage dealer in here is going to be Amelia, and of course Robin Hood has some energy disintegration. We also have Naruko in here with Nadia. Now if you're unfamiliar with Nadia, it is Naruko's pet, and it is a monster to kill, especially when you have crowd control. And of course we're getting crowd control right up here, and excuse me, I put in the Savage Souffle. This is actually the Fox Fatale. So we are getting crowd control from the Fox. We are getting crowd control from Amelia. And of course, we have a lot of mitigation in here, everything being buffed by running Albedo in the formation. Now, I know, of course, looking at the level deficiencies we have here, it's going to be very easy to go through and finish all these out and get some promotions. But we want to make sure at this point that you're putting in your 5 teams. And even here, you can see we do have some different teams in here. This is actually an older team that we ran. And the reason for this was Baden. And then, of course, we have the original version right here. We're going to swap this one again. And this is the variation that we see, kind of the back and forth with the SEAL Team 6. And then, of course, running the other hero in there, which is Ivan, making any opponent super, super hard to kill. And then the next team, this was the Lucius team that we were actually running before. This one, again, we're going to kind of drop out. I want to put in some more heroes in here. So we'll go ahead, we'll put Albedo in here. And of course, very, very strong combination with the few that we put in here. We drop Merlin in here, and then we're dropping Naruko. And let me just hop back in, make sure the pets were set, because this one, of course, is going to be the crowd control. This one is going to be the SEAL team. So boom, we updated this with our 7 teams. Now, also remember, guys, is as you continue going through here, is your 7 teams, or excuse me, your 5 teams like we're doing now, will go to 7 teams based on progression. And then I believe once you go, that might be the end, but there could also be a 9 team, depending on where you are. I believe it does get that high. So there we go. So we got a couple promotions in here. We're going to be able to do our dailies. This is going to tell us that we are out of tickets at this point, but I am okay because we're going to go ahead and get the pop-up. It's going to be, I think, 10 diamonds. Oh, we might have another one. You can do, it says 5. You can do 3 for the daily. You can do 5 with your tickets. Once the 5 are done, then you have to buy more tickets, which to get Hilduin a little bit faster, that's kind of what we've been doing. So we're spending our 10 diamonds in here. And this is not only farming up the Heroes of Espria, but this is also going in here and building out Hilduin. Normally, I don't spend any diamonds in here. We do a lot of progression, but right now, we are just kind of racing to get through a lot of the content. Even if we suffer a defeat, I am okay with it. We're getting a lot of chests. We're getting the dailies knocked out. We're getting pretty much everything knocked out that we need to as far as the Heroes of Espria. So again, we're going to do our other 5 in here. We're going to knock out all these modes. And of course, looking at the opponent, looking at the level deficiencies, or essentially the level advantage that we have in here makes this a lot easier. And this is where you have to be careful, because if you run into some larger players, chances are the levels are much higher. Even here, we're looking at a 16 level deficiency. Chances are we're going to win this one just because of the sheer power that we're carrying with the heroes that we do possess. And of course, that buffs it up a little. 142, getting pretty high. We can even refresh this. 173, 166. Two pretty big heroes. You can see the numbers are slowing down a lot. So once you start making a little bit more progression, and the earlier progression you make in the Heroes of Aspria, the more difficult it becomes to make progression, because if you don't have a lot of the whale players that are pushing very fast through content, you're going to be running into brick walls or very, very high level players just based on the build. Now for me, most of the time I just go for the highest points of all of these until we start getting into the larger player base where we're slowly working our way up to. I feel like they don't even need to put us back as far as they do in the rankings. I'm not 100% sure why they do put us back kind of as far as they do, because it takes a while just to kind of grind this content out. And there we go. So we did our 10 more attempts for today. Like I've been doing every day, we'll collect up our 900 right there. Boom, got another 3,000, giving us some more loot, including epic emblem choice chests. Now we're going to have to see exactly where we're going to use those, because overall they are very effective, but a very, very limited supply. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.